Welcome to week 43. Went pretty well. Started out with some overhead press, and for whatever reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to try to set a single PR. So there's 185 moving pretty good. This is 195 pounds, which would be a tie for a double that I did a few months ago. But it's just not there, and looking back at the footage, it's definitely a lot of the bar path just being pretty far off. But I really wasn't sure what I was expecting, especially since in about 2 weeks I'll be having surgery on my right shoulder. So I ended up doing a back off set at 135, which moved really nicely. I do all these lifts with a power bar as well. I don't like strict pressing with a dynamic E-bar, like one that has any whip at all. So this power bar has been my favorite for pressing. What do you guys use? After that, I thought it was actually what I refer to as Anarchy Week. It is definitely not Anarchy Week. There is still programming to be done. I was just confused, so I ended up trying to go for like this huge row. And then I set up this double pulley lat pull down with the cannonball thing, which was a lot of fun. Some good grip there. The double pulley system works really well. It's kind of nice to be able to pull straight down, especially now that I have the rep bench, the adjustable bench that has zero gap to it. It was nice to be able to set that up, be able to pull straight down with the cannonball grip or the grenade grip or whatever you want to call it, and just kind of go to town. It works a lot of grip, works a lot of lat. After that, we're going to move on to Tuesday's lift, and Tuesday's lift happened on Wednesday. For whatever reason, Tuesday didn't work out. It was actually kind of interesting how it didn't work out for everybody that trains with me. That's 365, moving pretty easy, if I might say so myself. I probably should have done heavier, but I didn't. So 365, moving pretty well with a back off set at 335. I did a couple back off sets here, and these are looking pretty good too. But again, I've been really concentrating on slowing down my descent into the hole, and it's kind of weird on the left side. It looks like the bar is a little bit lower. Moved on to some Romanian deadlifts, and I kind of like played on the easier to load mentality. This is 382.5 pounds, and it's literally the most complicated load that I could think about in the moment, and so I figured send it, whatever. But this actually moved really well. Like looking at the footage, I'm really proud of my back position during that entire lift. I will say one of the things that I've done the last 12 weeks of training is I have unfortunately used straps a whole bunch, and so I feel like my grip has really taken a hit. After that, we finished up with some of these lunges, and this is 160 pounds, just trying to keep it light, trying to just get the motion going. And again, this is all assistance work. It's not supposed to be breaking me anyways. And I went hands wide on these. I've been going hands wide. I really don't notice a difference, but I do it anyways. Then fast forward to Sunday. So no push press day, no deadlift day. Ended up going straight over to Strongman Saturday. I was by myself for the Strongman Saturday. One of the guys I trained with had competed the previous weekend. The other gentleman I trained with was competing up at Panhandle's Strongest Man up in Lubbock, Texas, which I unfortunately was unable to go compete in. The reason I didn't compete was because I felt like my overhead would doom me for that competition. But as it turns out, for the 198s, nobody was able to do the overhead. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the pants for not getting down there and competing, because I probably would have taken first or second, seeing as how the guy that I tend to go toe-to-toe with that trains with the same coach as I do, he ended up taking that competition for the 198s, and I probably would have kicked his ass. Just saying, Brad. But here is Viking press, which I just felt like doing. Set it up with a landmine on the rack. And I'm keeping it relatively light, trying to keep just like a nice couple reps. And right there, you're looking at my top set. And I don't remember the weight. I think it was 225. After that, I did this medley. So this is a 220-pound sandbag. And I ran it 50 feet down. And as you can see, I've got the sled set up with 2 cross members and the grenade grips, and so I just gave it a pull backwards. The idea was that I'd kind of work on grip but also get some conditioning in, which it definitely did. These kicked my butt. However, for the second round, I went and got my lightweight 100-pound sandbag. I think it's 100 or 125. It's actually broken right now. Need to buy a new one. But threw the 125 on there, ran back, got the 220, and ran it down there and gave it a pull. And I will say the sled got really heavy after that. And I was definitely sucking wind trying to complete this medley in a reasonable amount of time. But that's week 43, so only got 3 training days in. Week 44 is going to go better, especially now that I know it's not Anarchy Week. So I appreciate you guys watching week 43. I look forward to seeing you in week 44, and of course, as we get closer to the end of the year, I'm looking forward to an amazing 2019 recap where I go over everything I did this year. Appreciate you watching.